Guys, back in early May of this year, I had some cows damage a couple of my PV panels. And I shared with you a video back in May discussing that damage and some things I did to try to mitigate it. And I just thought I'd give you a review. It's been nearly 5 months with these damaged panels still in use. And I just thought I'd share with you where I'm at on that. So well, let's go out there and take a look. Well, I'm out here at my array and installed this little temporary electric fence shortly after these panels were damaged. Put in a little solar powered fence charger, and that seems to have worked at keeping the animals off the array. If you recall from my other video, I had 2 panels that were damaged. This one and this one. I mean, this one here and one right down there. We'll walk over there and look at it. And this one had damage pretty good. I mean, it's cracked all the way up. I gotta be careful with this fence. I don't want to say anything bad here on Sunday. So it looks like I might be getting a little moisture in there. You know, I intended to change these panels out so that one of the guys watching my video suggested putting some packing tape on there for a temporary fix, which is what I've done, but I haven't changed these things out. And this packing tape is, it's not made for sunlight. And there's the 2 bulls, or 2 of them. I tell you what, guys, it is dry. This should be beautiful green grass. And I don't know if you can see right there, I've got a holding pond that I use for watering these animals, and it's usually full. I mean, all from shoulder to shoulder, and it's down now. I'm probably got to put the water troughs out before long. But we just haven't had any rain. But these panels are still putting out power, and we're gonna go over and look on the computer, and I'll show you what it's doing. So I decided just to leave these up here and just to see when they go out. Now I've got some other panels I can change these out with. One whole panel and a bunch of panels with some hairline cracks in them from shipping damage when I got them from Signature Solar. But they're still working at the moment. The fence is working. Cows haven't been back into it. So let's go see what kind of power they're putting out. Before we go check the output on the panels, let me show you which strings and source circuits these damaged panels are on. You can see that damaged panel right there. And this is panel 1B4. B4. That little sticker's not doing so well, but that's it right there. Permanent marker worked better. And the other one that's damaged is this one here. You can see it where it's bent. And this one's actually cracked on both sides. You can see the cracks right in there. And the little hairline fractures all the way through on this side as well. This is 2B5. So we are on string 1B and 2B. Now my strings are putting out, or my source circuits, because as I mentioned to you, the way I'm doing this is this is my array. My string 1B, and then 2B starts here, and then 3B starts down here, and then the A's are on top, and string 1B and 1A parallel together up here at the top of this disconnect, and come into source circuit 1, and 2B and 2A combined together here into source circuit 2. So my damaged panel is 1B4 and 2B5. So that's on source circuit 1 and source circuit 2. Source circuit 3, I don't have any damage. Now all these panel source circuits are the same size. They're 14 ZNShine 450 watt panels. I think I've been calling them 445 watts panels, but they're actually 450s. At least according to my receipt from Signature Solar. All right, let's go check the outputs. All right guys, I'm in my solar power building, and I have the lights out for right now because the screen seems to film better with the lights off. So this is my PowerView software on the left and my solar assistant on the right, and they both have their strengths, and they complement each other really. I use both of them, but let's go check the inverters. You know, the damage was well, let's start here. This is what my PV array is putting out right now, 12,000 watts roughly on a 19,000 watt system. It's about 10:20 in the morning, low 80s, pretty clear skies. So I mean, we're not quite at the peak production time of the day, but it's getting on up there. Let's just see, and we see it coming up right here. This is this was yesterday at about this time. You can see how it'll peak up. Looks like it peaked probably around close to 15,000 watts yesterday. Then once the batteries got charged, the solar output reduced to match the load pretty much. And then the blue here is all the load power. Red is grid power, which you can see is basically nothing. And then my PV array started generating just a little bit around 7 this morning. So it'll start producing more. This is the battery where they charged yesterday, and you can see where the dips are, which correspond to dips, increases, surges in my load. That's probably when the ACs were kicking on, so the solar panel was, you know, powering the AC and not charging the battery as much during that time. But and this right here, that's when my hot water heater kicked on and heated my water up for the day, and then it turned back off. But let's go take a look at these inverters. This is inverter 1, inverter 2. All right, now I did update my solar assistant software. I'll do a separate video on that because it is a little different. But these are my 3 source circuits. I have source circuit 1 and 2 coming in to inverter 1 and source circuit 3 coming in inverter 2. And as you recall, I have a damaged panel on source circuit 1 and a damaged panel on source circuit 2 and no damaged panels on source circuit 3. But the outputs are nearly identical. And each of the circuits are nearly identical. All three of them are 14 450 watt panels. So you can see the damaged panels are not, I mean, they're putting out power just as if they weren't damaged. Now, I don't know how much longer that will be. I'll need to go back and check and see how long they have been damaged. It's been several months. But they're working. So I don't think I'm going to change them out. I'm going to do a little wait and see. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that update with you. Let me put some lights back on in here. And these two things here have just worked flawlessly. No complaints about my solar arcs altogether. All right.